Hey guys, we're checking out the test server today as a bit of a treat celebration because I want to say thank you for reaching 100 subscribers, especially after my main Free Divine Quest series finished. I'm just really grateful that everybody has stuck with me and kept watching the other videos I've uploaded because I know not all of them have been like free divine related or free event related. They've just been general horse tips. So really just thank you everybody for subscribing and sticking with me through this. Just a quick rundown of some future videos I have planned. Along with a skilling video request that I still have on the table, my main project is a free divine series. It's pretty similar to the promo prep guide that I have in my EC forum, if anybody's familiar with that. I'll break it into several parts, and it does cover lots of tips I've mentioned previously, but I figure each part will be a little bit more focused, and because of that, I'm hoping it'll be easier to follow rather than having it spread all over the place in a Let's Play series. I'm also wanting to do a different editing style for this, so each part will take a little longer to put up. As a side project and for fun, I also have a surprise video of another game that I play. It's something that I can be a bit more creative with, whereas with the horse videos, sometimes I feel a bit like Hermione Granger spouting off information from a textbook, so this is also just like a fun project that I just want to do something a little bit different with. Let's go ahead and get to the good stuff on the test server. The events coming up in after the elemental mine event, so just kind of to keep everybody abreast of this who hasn't been following the spoiler topic, we're currently on the plants event, and then the event after that will be the elemental mine event, and then the event after the elemental mine event will be the potions event. I really wanted to cover the elemental mine test server in a video as well, but I just never got around to it. This is a little bit different than the previous editions we've had. To start, like you'll notice that we have objectives this time, and if we check out the little help section for this, this is just like all the basics: collect ingredients, place them in your cauldrons to brew your potions. This is still needs to be translated, but it's talking about the timer boosters that speed up the brew time for your potions event, and then you get your prize after the potion is done brewing. To get ingredients, you get your ingredients when you log in for the first time that day. You complete daily objectives, which is different from the past, because in past potions events, it was usually something like you had to, say, win 4 competitions and you would win an ingredient for each competition that you won for the first 4 that day, or do missions, or when you groom your horse or something. That's not what we're going to be doing this time. You'll be getting your ingredients through doing daily objectives. Then, unfortunately, to get some ingredients, you have to brew ingredients to get your ingredients, which I don't really care for, but that's going to be what we're doing. And then, of course, you'll have to buy some of them with passes. This is the new Divine Fenrir, part of the new Nordic divines that are coming out. I know there are a few divines that are already part of that mythology, and a few players have asked if those particular divines will be added to this set, because right now they're part of the mythological divine series. Horse hasn't answered us back on that yet, but maybe we'll get some more information on that later. But this is the new Divine Fenrir. He's really flipping cool looking. I hadn't noticed it before, but like the position of the back legs are kind of floating, even though it doesn't look like he should be running or something. So that seems odd, but I love like the fiery design element with this, and I really want to break my big rule of don't get a divine unless it has a perk that you think will really benefit your game. His particular perk, which we're going to look at right now, this needs to be translated, but basically once you go through, jumping through hoops to get the item, he's going to give you a Seal of the Apocalypse, which I don't really want or need. To me, getting like the Seal of the Apocalypse or the Fifth Element, those type of coat items as a gift just isn't worth as much to me, because, once you collect that whole set, that's it, you're done, and then basically you can just sell them or put them on to get the bonus or something, and I really only like to get these items just to collect the coats for my trophies, and I think I already have all the Seal of the Apocalypse coats anyway, so I don't really want him for the perk. I just like him for his look, and that's, like I said, that's breaking one of my like cardinal rules of events. Don't go after a divine unless you're sure it's going to benefit your game, and I don't know. I'll have to think about it, but I really like his design. So let's take a look at the potions events. Like I said, these are the objectives right here. We're going to start off with 2 daily objectives. I already did the objective and got the reward for the day. There is a third objective, but you have to complete the community goal. So, in most events, pretty much every event we have, there's some sort of community goal that we have to reach. And then usually we get like a vintage apple or an Aus Helios Ray. This time, once we achieve the community goal, which for the test server is just to brew 250 potions, whatever that is on the live server, you'll have to brew X number of potions, and then we'll get a third community objective. So this is definitely a community objective that we all want to participate in because it will help and benefit all of us in the long run. I mean, even if you don't like a vintage apple, well, this will still benefit you even if you don't like vintage apples, because this is a third community objective that you can do to get extra ingredients for. These are all the ingredients that we have. I tell you what the recipes are going to be to brew specific ingredients and specific prizes, but if you look at this little message in red right here, potion recipes will be different in the real version of the game, so I'm not going to bother telling you what the recipes are to get the different gifts, because that won't be the same when this goes live anyway. However, when you drag an ingredient, so I just drag that little shield looking thing and a blue potion, it'll tell you on the side what those two ingredients are going to give you anyway. So my suggestion would just be that unless, somebody gets to it before you do and posts all the recipes in the events forum when it starts or whatever, just once you get at least one of each of these, just sit down and just drag and drop all of them into the cauldron in combination, and then you'll quickly figure out like which ingredients will make which prizes. And if you look as well, if you drag a certain ingredient, like I'm going to drag this elixir, for the test server, this one might be the case when it goes live, but on the test server, you need 100 of these elixirs to create Fenrir. And if you'll notice, these will all gray out, which means that you can't actually combine any other ingredients with the elixir. It's just elixir after elixir, pretty much is how that works. So, that will gray out. But otherwise, you get to brew 3 potions simultaneously. So let's say I put these 2 in here. I'm not going to actually brew this right now. I'd rather save this for a moment. I guess I don't need to, but let's say I went ahead, click to brew that, and then I want to brew a second potion. I'll click this button right here, switches to this cauldron, and then I'll click this button here if I want a third one and brew another potion in there. And then these are the boosters right here, which speed up the time that it takes to brew a potion for you. So let's take a look at the gifts. The gifts are something I'm also really excited about. These are all the ingredients that we have. Like I said right here, this just shows you after you brew a potion for the first time, it's like the recipe will be kind of quote unquote unlocked, and it'll show you in the prize page what ingredients are used to make which gift. So you will be able to remember that after you start brewing potions or whatever. But the gifts are really nice. I like the Hestia's gift, the Hermes Wing Staff, you got a Philosopher's Stone, Horn of Plenty, Harmony Pack, Hera Pack, Helios Ray. Well, I don't care for the Helios Ray all that much, but Aus Helios Ray and the Vintage Apple, I really like those. I'm like one of a few number who do, but I actually like those. However, there's some other items for like everybody else. Pretty much all of the Halloween items that we ever have are in this. We got the Magic Hat, Double-Sided Medallion, Bewitched Pumpkin, Seal the Apocalypse. I mean, there's lots of good items in here. Continuing down even further, these items are actually pretty good too. Except for the 25 mashes. I don't know about 25 mashes. Maybe like 100 or something. But shower and the water trough are nice. Because, I mean, you get to choose what you want to get out of this. And the selection of items are just really good this time around. What's really interesting is that we have a new Halloween item. I'm going to call it a Halloween item, whatever. This is the Book of Monsters. It's pretty neat. I really like this item. I like all these coats. Well, except for the blob. I'm not really too into the skeleton type coat looking images, so that one's a little bit creepy, but these are all the coats that we have for it. That also needs to be. Will Google help me out here? Okay, no, that's okay. I have the perks written down. So what we have is the blob, Headless Horseman, this is the Mummy, this is the Yeti, and this is Triton. And along with just the base kind of competition bonus that you get for simply applying the item, each particular coat has its own perk. Starting with the blob, that perk will be that the drink action restores energy and health 100%. For the Headless Horseman, the horse gets a +3 bonus in each of his skills and competitions. Mummy, when aging on its birthday, when that age is a multiple of 12 months, it'll give you randomly between 1 and 3 aging points, and then that stops when the horse reaches 25 years old, which to me is kind of similar to the pumpkin coat of the bewitched pumpkin because that gives like equus or something on the horse's birthday up until it reaches a certain age. The Yeti, the horse can't lose health from being underfed or overfed. The Triton, if the horse is a mare, the owner can choose the gender of its foals or foal when she gives birth. I'm kind of curious on how that one will work. So if you get twins or if you get more than two foals, like if you have the Isis perk, I'm wondering if you get to choose the gender of each individual foal. That'll be pretty awesome. So that will be something we'll have to check out on. But that's the Book of Monsters, new item. That looks pretty interesting to me. I mean, as a whole, I really love the design of this event. I think this is really detailed. I like how the divine is kind of written in chalk here on the chalkboard. So it's like the detailed description of how to create this divine by brewing a potion or something. But this is pretty interesting. I just don't know if I should really go for Fenrir. Like, in terms of its perk, it's just not something, based on its perk, it's not something I should go for, but I really like the look of it. And part of the other problem I have is that I really want to get the Divine Horse Borvo that'll be in the Elemental Mine event. Because that one offers a golden apple as its perk, and it's a perk that I've wanted for a really long time, for Divine to give a golden apple. And that one, it's kind of up in the air right now how many passes that will take because it's slightly luck based, so we'll have to see on that. I'm definitely going for that one. I'll probably cover that in a few videos, just going on my progress with that, and I'm sure a lot of people will want some tips and stuff because that's a totally new event. But we'll be testing this for a few weeks, so we'll have to see how it goes and just kind of keep in tune to the spoiler forum to see if any new information is posted. But it'll be a while before we get any kind of like ideas on how many passes this might take, but that might be kind of up in the air as well. So thank you for joining me today, guys. Thank you so much for helping me reach 100 subscribers, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.